Well, you can say things are a little out of control. So a few weekends back, we picked up another cart. Oh, what am I doing? I promise this isn't going to turn into a go-kart channel, but it is a ton of fun, you know, because we're kind of in between. We're kind of wrapping up the WS6, and so what more funner to do than get into some cheap horsepower and get into some go-karts. The go-kart you see behind me was basically abandoned in someone's backyard for years and years. They had a Predator 212 that came with the deal. And so me and Kent at Wilson Garage went and picked it up, and we didn't film it, but we did get it going by swapping a good carburetor on it, flushing out the fuel system. We took it for a test run, and we massively broke the sprocket. So that's what this beginning is going to be about. Then we're going to take it out and give it a test. This is an old Manco frame. I mean, don't quote me on that. It's a cool old frame. You know, I wonder what the stories this thing has to tell, you know what I mean? But we're gonna bring it back to life. Predator 212 does run, but we need to fix it. It came with a live axle, which was really cool. Couple $100, and we can be basically, you know, tearing up the yard in this thing. And I'm excited to get it going. Let's flip it around and start fixing the axle. Let's get the back left wheel off and see what we need to weld up. Oh my. It looks like the sprocket broke right off of where it connects to the axle. So it looks like this sprocket connects to the drum. Well, this wasn't even tight for one, look at that. So that's not helping us. It looks like it went right there though. Somewhere in there, so I'm gonna mark that. That way we kind of know where we need to be in our parameters to line the wheel back up. Oh yeah, there we go. I didn't even have to hammer anything. Well, sweet, looks like we need to do some grinding to clean up this little collar here. And here's our sprocket. As you can see, it bolts to the back of the brake. But we'll go ahead and clean all this up. That way we can get this thing welded back on. If I was to guess, I'd say these spot welds didn't hold because this sprocket wasn't cleaned up enough to be able to bond that well to the collar. So let's go ahead and clean all this up real quick, and we'll get the welder out. Make sure we align this properly, because if you don't want to have these bolts in the way of putting in your set screw. So I'm pretty new to welding still, but this sprocket is 3/16 for the thickness. So I'm just going to go ahead and set up the miller for that. Last time I welded was when we did the floors on the Nova eons ago, and well, stupid me forgot to turn my gas on. So I'm very lucky my parts order from BMI Karts and Parts showed up, because I ordered one axle collar for this cart behind me. And man, the cool thing about that is it came with the book of John, you know, from the Bible. And that was just really surprised and really cool to see. So if BMI sees this, shout out for doing that. That was neat. Let's get this thing back assembled, fire it up, maybe we can go test it. I mean, honestly, that weld's not too bad for just being flux and me being forgetful. Yeah, don't look at this weld over here. Got this little deal off of Amazon to help you align your chain, and it looks pretty close to me, so I say we send it. Really good. You can really tell how much that axle is bent now, which that might be what's throwing the sprocket off. I'm not sure, but. All right, we we got the abandoned cart all squared away. Everything's welded. We did do kind of a test pass before we started filming, and it's holding up really good. By the way, this is Kent with Wilson Garage.
What's up, guys?
We're gonna get a sneak peek of what the track is gonna be like. He might change it a little bit, but for the most part, this is how it's locked in right now. So thanks for having us out.
Not a problem.
I don't know if you're game for it, but I'm thinking maybe we do some time trials here on this cart here.
Yeah, I definitely like the time trial idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I've already done it with a couple of other things to see where they're kind of at. So it'd be really cool to see what this one will do. So
this is a bone stock Predator 212, or what is your cart setup that you have here?
Alright, so this is pretty much a stage 1 224. It's got the CVT transmission on it, and I mean just governor delete. So it does alright. I mean,
he's really talking this thing. I've seen this thing do a wheelie before.
It only did that one time. I don't even know why it did it.
Alright, well, we're losing daylight. So I say, which his handle setup's pretty interesting. He has hand controls, whereas as you'll see when I get on this thing, I look like I'm like Donkey Kong on this cart. But I mean, if Kent's down, I say since I'm kind of still new to the track, I say maybe he leads the way, I follow on this one, and then from there we'll reverse it and we'll run this one all out. That one's not probably going to get ran all out. So,
well, I mean, hold on a minute. I like to go fast too.
All right, we'll see what happens.
I will say the hand controls are very convenient.
It takes some getting used to?
A little bit. I mean, from riding like motorcycles and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, once you get it down, I think it's kind of easier than
having it on the foot. Yeah.
So
cool. Well, let's get to starting and do some racing.
Hey.
Yeah. This is the test trial lap, but whoa! Did you see him do a wheelie? Anyway, this is the test trial lap before we start doing the time trial. I'll get a good feel for the track. Super long straightaway here. Something happened. I hope I didn't break that sprocket already. Are you kidding me? I didn't even last a quarter mile. Well, maybe that was a quarter mile. Oh man! It's just the chain. Phew. I lost my chain.
Oh no.
All right. Trying to brake, I'm going up the course. Oh, man. Man, Ken is just pulling away from me on the straightaway here. You can really tell how much power he has in that thing. This still has the oil sensor in it, so too sharp of a turn made it die. Definitely gotta delete that oil sensor.
Get the governor off of it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, there's only a few spots where I'm maxing the governor out.
If you were, is it down the straight, that back straight?
Down the straight, and then come, and then really there's 3 spots. Coming around the loop when we first start and go from like first turn to second turn.
Yeah.
And then down the straight, and then coming from turn 3 all the way across the back over here.
What do you think about the height?
I mean, the height seems fine.
No, I mean lower wise. If the other two have.
So the front of that cart is 4.5 inches, and it's not. It didn't hit.
Probably needs to do that. I mean, so this is a pretty decent this little water.
Yeah.
Run out area. That's a pretty decent dip, and it didn't look like you hit.
No.
I'm not meaning on that one. I mean on the other two you have at home.
Yeah.
Well,
Really
to compare. Is
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because it will be at 4 inches after the wheel,
Right.
The wheels, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So. I can't believe this thing pulled a wheelie.
Dude, that was
I
insane.
hope you got that on video.
I'm pretty sure I got it. Now time trial time. Oh man, there goes that wheelie again. That torque converter setup just has insane acceleration compared to our stock cart here. But I'm not giving up. I'm giving it my all. Almost catch up to him in the corners.
Travis had a spinning start, but managed to pull in a 2-minute and 30-second time.
This will be Kid's time trial. I think we definitely gotta get some helmet mounts, really show how awesome this course is. Something on Kent's cart just doesn't quite feel right to me, so I'm just gonna ease up on it. Just kind of cruise around the course.
Kent whipped in with a 2 minute and 20-second time.
Today was really fun, man. So I'm gonna call it 225 because I spun for like 5 seconds down there.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to figure that live axle thing out. I mean, the spinning is good in the corners, but that takeoff, it was not good at all.
Takeoff it definitely did not hook from the takeoff, especially with, which I thought I would more because I'm kind of heavy. I'm gonna blame it on the dew. Someone's having some freedom in the background.
That's right. That's what we do out here.
So Kent did 220. It's about a 5 second gap between me and him, which really isn't too bad, I feel like. You know,
on this cart.
On this cart. On this cart right here. And it really wasn't too bad, you know, for a bone stock Predator. We deleted the oil sensor. Kent probably has 70 pounds on me, I'd say. So honestly, that really wasn't too bad. So it kind of really shows what type of course he's made here. Some really nice straights, a lot of turns. And it was awesome to get a sneak peek at what the September 30th race is going to bring.
Yeah.
And if we really choose to be competitive on this kart, I think I need to move the pedal since I'm a bigger guy. That way I'm not looking like Donkey Kong. And really I can only do a couple laps. I'm just like, oh, I need a break.
Yeah.
No. So chain came off this one a couple times, so we need to address that issue. But the cool thing is the sprocket welding, even though I forgot to turn the gas on, so it's just flux, it held up great.
It did. It didn't break the axle. I had a bunch of fun on that thing.
Yeah, this thing's awesome.
You can stab the brake and then stab the gas, and it will just slide you around the corners.
Yeah.
I mean, even on the S corner down here, enough speed at the bottom to just throw her sideways. Yeah. I think September 30th is going to be a blast.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And it goes to show you that I had such a good time on this stock kart that really, like, I wouldn't be afraid to bring a bone stock kart out now. And that's kind of the cool thing that Kent let us come out and kind of test us to make sure he could hold up to the track. Because that was my main worry about the sprocket. The cool thing about him letting us come out is that really kind of opened my eyes, like, hey, a guy doesn't need to spend a bunch of money on a stage 2 to be competitive. You can still come out here and have a total blast. And that's kind of what the September race is all about. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So real quick before we close out, Kent, do you have any damage on your kart?
Yeah, it's dying whenever it comes down to idle. It blew a bunch of oil over the back. Maybe the oil mixing with the air coming in, maybe that's the problem. I don't know, but all in all, I had fun. September 30th, I think, is gonna have we might have some carnage.
Yeah, like, I think we're gonna have.
That's kind of what I'm excited, because not everybody's gonna be able to come out and test.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, more than welcome for people that are coming to come out and test.
Yeah.
Just get a hold of me.
But it's only open for a few more weeks, you said. Then you're basically gonna start renovations for the race.
Yeah.
So really only a couple more weekends for guys to come out and really do some time trials on this thing and test out their karts.
Yeah, we're gonna try to make it a little bit less bumpy. We'll say that. Yeah. But I don't know. It's kind of fun, the bumpy stuff.
Yeah, I think it's pretty. I mean, especially having no suspension on this kart. I mean, a couple of laps in, you really need a break. But besides that, I mean, my body was able to withstand it, you know, and I'm not in the best of shape, so.
I think we learned a lot.
Yeah.
Especially with your kart, with the pedals, the chain, the spinning deal, whatever that. I don't think it was doing it at the beginning.
It wasn't. I think it's because we're in the evening now, so I think that's why.
Right. Yeah.
And I think what really, kind of another good test is for Outlaw. We're getting bigger wheels and tires. The front of this kart is 4.5 inches. We know when we raise up Outlaw, it's going to be 4 inches.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of proved that the way the track currently is, as long as you stay out of some of the areas that have ruts, 4 inches is going to be perfectly fine.
Yeah, I didn't see it bottom out whenever I was riding it. I didn't feel like I bottomed out anywhere. I even came real wide in this corner here, and there's a decent little bump there, and I didn't bottom out. So I think, 4 inches is probably going to be perfect.
Yeah, so guys looking for budget karts, I mean, I think all in, we have less than maybe 350 bucks in this one. 350 bucks and you're having a great evening whenever you take it out. So that's exactly kind of what this video proved. Get you a kart that needs some work, fix it up, get you a stock Predator. If you want to spend 100 bucks, make it a stage 1. If not, just go out and have some fun.
That's what we're doing here. That's the main goal. We're all racers, but at the end of the day, we all can kick back and tell. I mean, even when me and Travis were out there riding, we came back and we were like, man, when we were on that corner, we were doing this, we were going crazy.
Yeah.
It's just, that's the fun part. Like, yeah, the racing's fun, but then talking afterwards. And
absolutely. I mean, it's kind of like going to the drag strip, honestly.
It is.
Kind of like afterwards talking to your buddies about how the pass went and stuff.
Sure, but if this breaks, it's not as expensive.
Exactly. If this breaks, you're like $50 maybe on a
Yeah.
bad day. So. Well,
Or
cool.
a couple welds.
Yeah, well, cool, man. Thanks, everyone, for watching. If you're not subscribed to Wilson Garage, go check him out. He's going to start documenting some of his go-kart builds. He's got a couple cool Mustangs that's on his channel. He's also a drag racer car guy, kind of like us. So if you got to the end of the video, definitely go over, check him out, check out his videos. Thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
See ya.